purpose of our audience and listeners at home, just love to know who we are talking to.
I am Comrade Liwelemoye Joy Jose, the National President of the Medical and Health Workers Union, as well as the National Chairman, Joint Health Sector Unions, JOS.
All right, it's a pleasure being with you today.
Thank you.
It is well known to the fact that the effort of your union is on record regarding the pandemic.
Well, first I want to be grateful to God for His benevolence to Nigerians. I think the only thing I would say we can celebrate, even though one death is too much for us to lose, but I would say again that the only thing we can celebrate is that at least compared to other nations, given us the size of our population, our death, rate is still very low. We still have under 3,000 deaths, and so that is something to really rejoice about. And we have still, it would have been expected to spread like wildfire. There were so many postulations that people will be dropping on the streets that we have not seen yet, after the benevolence of God and then the science that the efforts that we have put in place, the dedication of the health workers, talking about all medical doctors to the least, even the cleaner in the hospital. Everybody has been doing their best. Not only that, even you, the journalists, you've been doing your best, enlightening, educating Nigerians, informing appropriately, even though sometimes the information given is our low death rate as of now. I think that's the main point of celebration.
All right.
And of course, even in terms of management, that goes to tell about the good management we have offered, the protocol we have offered to treat the infected people. So I think these are the things we'll have to celebrate.
And just
is still in disbelief. I think it's because maybe he has not still got someone close that is infected and that has lost or recovered from it. Okay? I think that's the only one that would say so. But I believe a good chunk of Nigerians now believe that COVID is real. And I want to say that COVID is real. If COVID were not real, the international community and the World Health would not be spending the resources they are spending to get a vaccine, right? They wouldn't have done that. So we should all know that. And again, even if we don't want to believe, because somehow God has favored us, and we have also, the health workers have also put in their best within our little resources, that our death rate is low. In other climes, the death rate is not low. So that should be a pointer to everybody. Even COVID, the death rate in to Nigerians, those who are still in disbelief, please don't let yourself to be used as an experiment or an experience by others. Because if you let yourself to be infected and, God forbid, you lose your life, you become the experience of others. So let all of us try the much we can to stay out of being the experience or the experiment of others.
okay.
I was said so. You talked about points. I told you we are celebrating the low death rates, our great recovery numbers, and all that. I want to tell you one area that is a threat to our successful, prosecution of the war against COVID. The mistreatment and maltreatment of the health workers, or a section of the health workers. All right? I want to tell you that as we speak, my members of GSU, are still owed months of unpaid COVID allowances. We are also still owed short payments that the government agreed and accepted they will pay back. Instead of paying 50% and 40% as the case may be, they paid 10% to a good number of our members. And 1st July have been paid to our members. And our members are really vexed. They are vexed. We were patriotic in the first wave. I think the government relaxed because they thought with the first wave over, COVID is gone for good. But the second wave is here. And continue to provoke us to the point that we will say we want to down our tools. In this second wave, Nigerians should please understand with us. We asked for things. We had 16 items we asked for. But because of love for Nigerians, because of our patriotism, we narrowed those items that were in dispute with government to 5 minimum demands. We've registered that with the government at several ways. At the National Assembly, we have written to the executive arm, taking seriously. And so, I'm telling you, if within the short period between now and it is the time I will not tell you yet because I'm on air, and if I say a word, the adjustment occurs, which is the 5 minimum demands I finished. Adjustment occurs, they fail to meet, paying back all outstanding salaries owed. Most of those salaries were owed because we went on strike to decry the deplorable health conditions in this country. And they will add the media, some of those salaries they have owed. If the government can give a waiver to other sectors, and yet you say we are the essential workers, why can't you treat our matters essentially? About, we are saying they should also implement the shortfall of the COVID-19 allowances that they approved to pay, that they have agreed, which we worked all the shortfalls to and submitted to government. That should be paid. Then we have asked for age 65. The federal government has approved that for several sectors in the civil service. And if we are essential workers, why must you then not approve for the essential people you have said? When it comes to this story, tell Nigerians, let Nigerians bear with us. If and when the government, compel us to embark on an industrial action. So the treatment to workers is not really good. There are court judgments that have been ruled in our favor that have not been implemented. You can also look at an issue. A nurse properly, if we are essential. The story about government saying no money cannot be bought by our members because our current adjustment was just 22.6 billion. But you are all witnesses. The same government, that was in 2017, and the government